Okay, so I had to get another phone because I just did a whole bunch of talking and then like the video won't record anymore. So I don't know what's happening. But here's a walkthrough of the garden, which there are a couple of mistakes I've learned that I've done and I've learned that I need to fix. Anyways, this was like a pile of something. Kale, collards or something. I don't know. And they might not actually be doing anything. Like these little things. We'll see. That's just there. I spilled some seeds and then I was like, I'm not going to throw them away. I'm just going to throw them outside. And so I threw them outside and they're growing. Mistake number one. Okay, so here's the yard. Looks like nothing, right? But there is actually a lot of stuff happening. Mistake number one was that I tried to literally plant an entire yard in one season. And that's a lot of work. I didn't realize how much space I had, how much space there was to cover. Well, one, I wanted everything spread out so they'd have space to grow, but I still could have done that just like right here. If I would have clustered everything that I bought and planted together and then just started to expand out, it would have looked much better as opposed to just go ahead and spacing everything out. So like if I had the celosia, you can't even see it, the celosia, the snapdragons, I had tomatoes over there, the sunflowers over there. If I had all that put together, it would have looked so much better and it looked like I had made some progress as opposed to like what you see right now. I'm gonna keep these little wildflowers pink, or pink something, pink something, pinks something pinks. I can't remember. Pink something. So I'm keeping those. Here are the snapdragons. They're doing well. Look at them. I don't know what this stuff is. But look at the snapdragon. Wait. Look at the snapdragon. Dragon. Okay. Yeah. There's that one. There's one over there. I came back. They kept flowering. Hopefully they're dropping seeds beside each other so that next year they'll grow. The lantana is doing great. Look at that. And these pink dots are where I'm gonna plant some chard and stuff. These things are doing amazing. They're growing pretty well. There's a tomato right there. That is a tomato. Oh, I almost fell. That's a tomato. I don't think there'll be fruit this year. That's a tomato. It's too small. I don't know. It might. I don't know. The way Mississippi winters are nowadays, well, except in February where there's winter storms. And then that's a tomato. The tomatoes, I have a lot of tomatoes that made it. There's another one right there. Those are thistles. Well, not the orange flower, but that's a thistle. That's a thistle, which I probably should get up. There's another tomato over there. Oh, here's another tomato too. Even the tiniest is still surviving. Oh, there's another tomato. They're surviving. I gotta watch where I step. Yeah, here's a tomato. Those are snapdragons. They're just not flowering. The flowers are gonna come back soon. Here's a small lantana. This was poorly transplanted when I got it. And then when I transplanted it, it was set back. So, because it was poorly transplanted before I got it. And then, because it started out like this big. And then they put it into a pot that was this big. But in the pot that was this big, it was still this big. Because the roots hadn't spread out to the pot being this big. So, so yeah, that lantana is behind. But it's still making it. That one's doing well. All of the watermelons died. Yeah, there was like watermelon all down up to that ant bed, but it kind of died. But the sunflowers are doing great. Here's one. That's gonna flower soon. There's that one. Oh, okay. I thought I saw pollinators on, but nothing. And there's one. Then there's one. I don't know if this is just it or if it'll keep going. Hopefully it keep going. Usually sunflowers, like another bud will pop out at the node. Like another bud would come up between this petiole, which is like this thing, the petiole, and this stem. Another bud would come out right there. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. So yeah, well, I think there's actually one watermelon. I think there's like one. If I can find it. Let's see. It might be dead. Oh, here it is. See, it's not doing anything. Maybe. It's like hanging on for dear life. Just hanging on for dear life. Everything else is like shriveled and dead. I can't even find it within the grass. Let me just say this. I did not till anything. I'm not tilling the ground. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do all that. That's just my personal preference. Other people do. Here's Nasturtium. That's growing well. Here's this thing. I forgot the name of it, but I love it. It's just so funky. Like funky, like psychedelic P-funk. Funky to me. Because they have, in full bloom, all there's like blue sticking out of it. And the different colors just remind me of like the Mothership Connection or something. Here's Baby Buddha okra. This isn't the specialty okra of the seeds that I showed you like on a couple of videos back. Maybe it was the last video. No, that's just a regular okra that I got from the grocery store. The dianthus is growing. All that is dianthus. There's another okra. There's another okra. There's that thing. And there's another nasturtium. There's another okra. So mistake number one, in my opinion, mistake number one was like planting things too far apart. You know, this yard is big. This yard is like maybe 60 feet by 65 feet. It's a lot. Like, I went through and did this, you know, just counted feet. And I think it was like 60 by 65 or something. That's a lot. That's a lot of yard. So for a first timer, you know, without, because usually I just like plant and garden and work with plants and all that stuff with work. But this is just my personal home. So yeah, definitely next time, put things as a little cluster and then expand outward. Therefore, just like you're visually, like you're happier because you see it all there instead of spread out. But I do enjoy walking around in the garden to see what's new and what's not new. I guess it's just your personal preference, you know. Like if you want to, like at the beginning of spring, sit out on your front porch and see a little, or back porch, whatever, and see a little bed, you know, and then expand bed by bed, that's fine. Or if you're patient and know that your garden is going to take 3 years in the making, spread everything out how you want it, and then from there go. I spread everything out because I thought, well, I know I spread everything out because I wanted to make sure everything had room to grow. But I kind of overestimated how much things grow in one growing season. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, things grow pretty well, but they're not, in my mind, I thought they were just going to like bush out in one season. They're not going to bush out that fast. I mean, they'll bush out, they'll grow significantly, but not as fast as I thought in my mind. So that's mistake number one. Mistake number two was not making sure I had water supply. at the very beginning. So what I've been doing is doing it by picture, which is fun, like I said, because I want to take a walk through the garden, but it's very time consuming. So my next thing right now is making sure I set up my hose. But we haven't used this hose since like I was 6 and I'm 25. So this is turned off, but I know how to turn this on. But I turned this part on hoping water would come out, but I think it's not even turned on under the house. So I need to either go under the house and see if the valve to turn that on is under the house. I'd have to go in through there and then like crouch to the water pipe or whatever, the hose, whatever. Or maybe there's a valve somewhere else around the house. Like, I don't even know. Like, that's mistake number one. That's like the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake was not making sure I had water. You know what I mean? Oh, cat. Look at you. Oh, yeah, those are the two mandavillas. And that's the hibiscus. Those are growing well. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet, but I kept them in the pot and they're growing well. But, yeah. Yeah, so make sure you have your irrigation if you're going to be irrigating things, like with the little, or like small plastic drip irrigation. If you're going to be doing drip irrigations, you need to get that set up. If you're going to do like a little sprinkler, you need to get that set up. You need to get your water set up at the very beginning, but I was just too gung-ho to like start planting, and I just watered everything by hand, and now I have more things to plant. And they're struggling. They need to get in the ground. I have more things to plant. I need to water these. And I'm gonna have to hand water them. So there's that. I bought 2 palms. They were like $15 each. And I have a fiddly fig. This was from a friend. I can't say who it's from yet. And then I bought this, it's called Hindu rope, a Hoya. And this one is variegated, but I'm going to go back and get one that's not variegated. Here's my little herb pot. This thyme is from Kroger. It's like $5. You know they sell like herbs at the grocery store, like herbs, like live herbs. You just gotta find it. They usually have like basil, thyme, oregano, rosemary. But yeah, here's some thyme that I transplanted. I think it's doing well. It's not dying. Here's some basil. I started these from seeds. Here's some oregano. Started those from seeds too. They're growing. Here's a silver bay. Here's an aloe vera, which I think is dying. Yeah, look at that. It's dying. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think it's dying. I need to put this out. But you're supposed to paint this, right? That's an old, wait, let me make sure this isn't dying. No, it's not dying. Oh, no, it's not. Look at that. That's new. It's not dying. To check to see if things are dying, you need to look for, like, the new growth. So you see how this is like a baby new growth? If there's new growth, it's not dead. But if there was, like if this part was brown or there was nothing there, it was probably dying. So, like, this is not dying because that's baby new growth. That's like alive and working. You know what I mean? At least that's how I tell if things are dying. Like, this is not dying because look at that baby new growth. This is not, well, that's a flower, but you see this is a new leaf coming. It's curled up. That's a new leaf coming. That's not dying. I put a bunch of spider plants. I put a pothos in the middle and spider plants around. This is I think some cookies came in this. This is like the top cookie pot part. And then this was the bottom where the cookies were sitting. This is the top. I just flipped the top upside down, put some soil in it, and made it like a circular planter. See, that's not dying because that's new. It's young and it's fresh. Anyways, so yeah, this pot, this is the upside down laundry detergent thing. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hang it, right? And then these two are eyes. You paint some eyes. And then this is a nose. And then this is a mouth. It's on Pinterest if you look it up, like old laundry detergent pot, planter pot. And it'll be like eyes, nose, mouth, chin. And then as this grows, it'll be like the hair. This is a bamboo. I went ahead and potted it. I put it in this nice little fish. This was an old fish bowl, but the fish bowl broke. So I just kind of like put a bag at the bottom and then like put some rocks where the bag was and then fill the fish bowl up with soil. And then I put this in there and I put some rocks in the old fish. That's a fish thing. See, this is growing because look, new growth. So that's good. And yeah, don't look at these. These are just like kind of struggling. Yeah. Anyways, so and like I said, this is chard. This is a bunch of chard, which I need to get out into the ground. This is beets, which I'm probably just going to eat the leaves and not the actual beets. This is corn. These long stalks are corn. This is cucumber, and then a cantaloupe, which I think I'm too late. Like, I think these should have been in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely made some mistakes this first go round. But I'm happy, you know. It's fun to get outside and, like I said, walk around in the morning, see what's growing, stuff like that. And like I said, yeah, this is it. I mean, everything I put outside are annuals, so those are, I think the hibiscus is a perennial and the mandevilla. I think the mandevilla is an annual. So all this could be mowed down, you know, at the end of the season. Like my mom wants to just mow it all down. Anyway, so there's that. It was a good little experience, whatever. I mean, not whatever, you know, I'm actually happy, but yeah, I'll keep going. I mean, it's just like summer hasn't started yet. And like I said, the way Mississippi winters are set up, like sometimes it's not even winter, except this past February when it actually kind of was winter. But that was February. That's like the very end of winter. So yeah, there's an update. Happy planting, you know. Get outside and do something, even if it's like a pot, you know. Oh yeah, and I added some torches. These were like $25 for 4. Ooh. Oh, yeah. And I put some citronella oil in, and I like the ambiance they set, because now I don't have to go out to restaurants. I can just sit out on my back porch and create a mood with my porch torches. And then I have a small one too, and I just sit up on the table and enjoy outside. Anyways, And I got some more pots. Those were gifted to me, so I'm grateful because clay pots are not cheap. Here's all the irrigation stuff I was going to do. Not irrigation, just the sprinkler stuff. I might just take it back. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, here's everything. So have a good day.